Hi, everybody in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube land. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Leo Rodriguez, and welcome to the book launch celebration of Fork Social Media and the Algorithm It Wrote In On, written by the multi-talented Sudi Karatas. And when I say multi-talented, I mean he's an actor, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, producer, screenwriter. Also, Mr. Karatas has written some other great books. How Catering Sucked the Life Right Out of Me. And he is also the author of a great read for Pride, which is Rainbow Relatives, Real World Stories and Advice on How to Talk to Kids About LGBTQ Family and Friends. So that's a good book to read, especially now that it's Pride Month. So give that a read. Both books are available on Amazon. Information about these books, his award-winning songs like All I Want for Christmas Is You, gone. His festival-winning feature film "Walk a Mile in My Pradas," and other his videos and some of his other writing samples. They're all available on his website, SudiRick.com. That's SUDIRICK.com. But don't go anywhere yet. We got some stuff to talk about. Social media has infiltrated our society now. Those of us of a certain age can remember the beginnings of it. Now everyone has a smart device. Everyone is tuned in and turned on. And starting with chat rooms in the 90s to MySpace and Facebook, now add in Instagram, Snapchat, and the TikTok. So much development in the last 30 years. Just a minute in time, but an intense minute for sure. And with all of these people all over the world contributing to world dialogue, well, sooner or later, we were bound to have some regulation on our online behavior. But what happens when regulation goes wrong? One wrong word, one wrong picture, one wrong post, and bam, automatic jail sentence. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200. And who do you call when you're thrown in online jail, shaken down by AI's algorithm sheriff? Who can you call? Who can you actually speak to fix your problem? Well, today we're going to explore that in Fork Social Media and the algorithm it wrote in on. Today we're going to talk about with some of our friends who have shared their stories of the online internet social media jail hell. But first, we need to meet the mastermind that tied all of this together and put it in a book for all of us to read. So let me bring in the multi-talented and wonderful author, Rick Sudi Karatas. Jail member, you can turn around now, please. Hi, Rick.
Hi. How you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On this third book release, amongst all the other things that you do, I can't believe you actually got this up and going.
It took a lot. It was a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and I collected a lot of stories. But it's probably one of the hardest things I ever did, actually.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm curious to know what pissed you off so much that you had to write a book about this. Like, what was the situation that you came into that which I can identify with, without even knowing your story, because I've suffered some of the same things, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers have as well. But what is your story? What started this whole?
Well, I got put in, and it's called jailbird stories in parentheses because of people. And if those that don't know, it's people have been banned, restricted, unable to post or comment on Facebook because of something they posted. And half the times it's because an algorithm didn't understand it didn't have any humor or sarcasm or
it's not human. You mean?
It's not human. Yeah. So I'll read the part that got me kind of really pushed, which broke the Turkish camel's back, so to speak. The straw that broke the Turkish camel's back. I'm going to read that to you now, if that's okay.
Go for it.
So this is from chapter 2 in the book, and the chapter is violence. Facebook can shove the algorithm up its butt. And what the fork? The first time I got banned or put in Facebook jail was when a friend complained about a guy on their page and how he was such a jerk. I commented on his post, "Men are scum." I'm a man, so I clearly was joking, but the algorithm picked up the word scum, and since it doesn't understand sarcasm or humor, it viewed it as hate speech. I was arrested and prosecuted and could not comment or post for many days. My friend whose page it was on didn't have an issue with my comment. No one on his page complained, not even anyone named Karen. A human being would have seen a harmless comment, but a computer was the police officer here. Later, when I was telling someone on Facebook that I was restricted because of the word scum, I intentionally spelled it wrong. I wrote SCUUM so Facebook wouldn't flag it again. But guess what? I was thrown back in jail with a longer sentence and not allowed to post or comment. I filed an appeal, but of course, nothing came of it. A few weeks later, someone posted a picture of Donald Trump on TV, and they held a fork up to his face, and it looked like he was behind bars. The person wrote, "I love to see the way he looks behind bars." I commented, "Stick a fork in him, he's done." And I was jailed for promoting violence. Facebook takes everything so literally because it's not a human. Everyone knows "stick a fork in it, it's done" is a cooking reference to when the food is fully cooked. In this case, I meant his career in politics was done. The algorithm literally thought I meant sticking a fork in someone causing harm. Some humans are as dumb as Facebook algorithms, I have to say. Well, I don't have to say it, but I choose to. My mouth, my choice. Anyway, so that's kind of the story that got this whole thing going. And then I realized there were so many other people that had similar stories where they weren't able to post or comment for 30 days. It was affecting their businesses and over the most absurd, so I tried to include the most absurd stories in there, but there's some serious ones too, where it affects, their businesses or their. So anyway, we got a lot of stories in there from different people. A couple of them will join us, today. And talk.
Just so many issues about that. I mean, first of all, how can, right? I mean, this is the big world discussion. How can AI really decide and decipher a human emotion, human sarcasm, it's created as we're playing God with these things, but also, they do that stuff and then they expect AI to also be able to handle your situation when you're trying to resolve it, and that doesn't work either. So where are the solutions for that?
Right. And of course, there's no human being to call or get through to, as in most corporations. You can't get a live person. If you could solve the problem in 5 minutes. But no, you spend weeks or months trying to, and there's very few people that got there. I think one or two, and I still don't know what their secret was, but that were able to get their problem resolved somehow. But you can't get through to a live person, and you can't get a response. Yeah.
And that's where I identify with you, because I was put into a situation trying to resolve a Facebook account for someone, because how when you work for organizations, you may have or be charged with doing the posting for them to advertise. And so trying to get the full to acquire all the rights to this account for the job that I work in. And so I called the numbers online, I emailed, I did all that stuff. I finally found a number and I actually got to talk to somebody. And by the time that I was so happy that I got to talk to someone to resolve this issue, halfway through, I realized I was being duped and I got scammed for $499. Yeah, so, it's like, and I kind of blame Facebook and Instagram and all the ones that put you in these situations because they need a better policy. But I feel that they're so, hot topic about politics and things like that. They don't want to talk to human beings. They don't want to deal with anybody calling them up and saying, fix your shit and stuff.
Right.
What you got your stories, and I'm sure there's many. How did you reach out to other people? Like, what was your idea to reach out and gather more stories?
Mostly, a lot of them from Facebook. Like whenever someone would post they had been in Facebook jail, I immediately contacted them. If you want to share your story, send it to me, and maybe I'll include it in the book. There's even a whole group, Facebook jail groups on Facebook. Even
the support groups.
Yeah, or and then there are thousands of members that people have been put in jail and just had enough of it. So then through emails and people, I had them filled out a survey, and that's how mostly I did it through people I knew and then they referred other people to me. And then they told two friends, but so I got a lot of cool stories and, that way, I'm sure there's tons more out there.
How many stories did you go through to narrow down the ones that you got into the book?
I got over 100, 150, I think. And I narrowed it down to like 20 or 25, but then there's some of them are short stories, like little sentences, like of something that happened to them. And some people, it was a little bit more involved. But Yeah.
Well,
It's
you
so funny.
wrangled up some good stories for this book for sure.
Yeah. And again, a lot of it is from words that the algorithm took so literally. Somebody said they had to bomb the basement, meaning there was a flea infestation and they had to call a Terminator. But the word bomb, the algorithm, it's not a person complaining. It's not someone saying this person is bullying me. That does happen sometimes, and that's a whole different thing. It's just these words. I also said to someone, go jump in the Hudson River. And that was promoting suicide, which the joke was more about the Hudson River being polluted. But I mean, it just was ridiculous. But again, I was banned for 30 days and I had no recourse. No, there was no judge, no jury. No, it's boom. You're just in handcuffs. And
let me ask you a question. Do you think this is something as well generational, besides the fact that we are, living and trying to be in a safer community? But when I was a kid, maybe when you were a kid, and some of our other fans and readers out there, let us know in the comments if you can. But jokes and sarcasm were just a way of life, and we all got it. I kind of knew the terms of it. Do you think this is maybe because we've come so far through political correctness and through the sensitivities that we experience nowadays that weren't so much there in the 80s and 90s and before that, when we really didn't have internet?
a little bit, yeah. I mean, you really can't joke about anything. I feel like it's like, and it's some things that are clearly a joke. And if you tell a joke that goes too far, somebody can always apologize or take it down. But they didn't give you the opportunity to take it. They didn't even give you a warning. That was the thing. Now they're doing that a little bit more. I'm noticing. They must have heard about my book coming out. But they are giving a little bit. Okay, we took this down. We took this down. So at least they give you a warning, because they just closing your whole account because you have no way of explaining. No, that's not even what it meant. So, but yeah, I think you're right. That you're onto something there with no sense of humor. Oh, John just commented on here. He's in the book. He's from Syosset High School where I went. Yeah, a friend of mine, and his story's in the book also. I think it was under kind of like bullying or something that,
Oh, he says, but I wanted to say thanks for including my stories. 8 months in a row in Facebook jail, sometimes being let out for less than 24 hours. Good behavior.
He had some. I couldn't include all his stories. If I did, it would be as big as War and Peace, the book. But anyway, okay, thanks.
Wow.
So if those of you who are staying on, we'll get to this in a second. I don't think he can stay on, but we're going to give some prize away at the very end. So I'm going to explain that in a minute. But so anyone that's on here, try to stay on so you can have a chance to win the prize. But okay.
Yeah, we're going to have some giveaways for your book, right? What I call a Karatas package.
Oh, okay.
Not just a care package, a Karatas package.
Karatas. I like that.
So do you have a favorite chapter? Since you go through it and you go through editing and editing, I've done some script writing, but not authoring such as you. When you go through your book and you re-edit, do you have favorites that stick out to you that you can read over and over again, I wonder?
Well, one of my favorite chapters is Do a Tribute, Get the Boot. And because it's about tribute acts that are being taken, their pages are taken down. They're legitimate tribute acts. And one of them is Kelly O'Brien, who does Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton gave her approval. She's really big in the UK. And they kept taking her page down, saying she should fake, try impersonating or pretending to be a celebrity. She's not. Then there's real people pretending to be celebrities that don't get taken down, and they're scamming people left and right. There's a Tanya Tucker page that Shirley Rule runs, great page. And there's all these fake Tanyas that keep popping up. So she has to keep warning people. But meanwhile, someone's doing a legitimate tribute act. There's a Celine Dion one, also gave me a nice interview in there. So I kind of like that chapter because I love Dolly Parton. So anyone that does a Dolly Parton tribute, it's like, okay. And I just felt that was a little bit interesting because these people have thousands of followers. It affects their livelihood because they get their page shut down. And like now they can't tell people where they're performing. They can't. And they're doing a legitimate.
They're using Facebook as a tool to promote their business, which Facebook wants us to do and use it. But then you would think that they would be more careful in looking and investigating certain things.
Yeah. And my other favorite chapter, I forget the title of it, but Bamboozling the Bots, I think it's called. So you change words, or there's ways of getting around, like certain words, you can add the asterisks and things like that. But I do it. Sometimes people will tune up they'll comment and you can tell it's a bot. Oh, we should become friends. I tried to add you, but I can't. You're so handsome. Da, da, da. And so it's like, so obviously fake. So I started doing these fake conversations back with them, and I include those in the chapters. So that's just a fun and a comedic, it just shows my sixth sense of humor. But Rob Finley's joined us. Hi, Rob. That's good.
Well, it's important. As Seal once said, you have to be a little crazy to survive, right? Didn't he
Yeah.
sing that in the song? Tell me about your wardrobe today. Let's take a
Oh,
look at
well,
this
this is my
beautiful wardrobe.
on the cover is yeah, I did the turnaround, right?
That's right. The
Um,
inmate.
and I got the fork. Oh, we'll talk about the cover in a minute too with the fork. But so yeah, I bought this specifically for the cover, and then I wear it on Halloween and something like this. That's it.
Halloween around the house, right? Maybe to
Yeah,
the local bar. Just actually, you should probably just wear it. You live in Los Angeles. Oh no, maybe that would cause some trouble if you wore it on the subway or the. What do they call it in Los Angeles?
well, it's called the subway, but I never take it. I don't know. It's yeah. I
Yeah.
think I
Well,
did
wear that suit, and I'm sure that you'll have nobody will bother you on your ride.
That's true.
Okay, so how did that inspire you to become the cover for your book?
Well, I did I figured I wanted to look like I'm in jail, and I did. If you look at the cover, the bars, and that's really just the pool gate, and I'm on my knees like this. And then Tim, who we're going to bring on in a minute, Haggerty, help me with the rest of the book cover. He put the people in the back and all that, and I'll explain that in a minute. But should I?
Well, actually, before we bring in Tim, we want to let people know if you're joining us now, we are celebrating this wonderful book, Fork Social Media and the Algorithm it wrote in on. It came out today, right?
Yes, it's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and Apple ebook and paperback. But today we're going to get in the part of the Karatas care package. I'm going to give a free autographed copy of the book in the package to a winner who answers our question later correctly. The first one to chime in. Also going to give this limited edition collectors of the calendar People Peeves Pets have. If pets
That's a great calendar. It's really funny.
Yeah. So people have pet peeves. That means pets have people peeves, things that annoy them about their owners and stuff. So it's a limited edition. So there's a few left. So I'm giving one of those away too. And also my DVD of Welcome On My Pradas. DVD player not included. So hopefully you still have a DVD player. So all that will come to a winner at the end. We'll have a question, and whoever types in first the correct answer will win that prize package.
Right. So if you're tuning in now and you're paying attention to the rest of our conversation, at the end of today's show, we're going to ask you a couple of questions based on the conversations that we had with our guests that are coming up just in a second. So pay attention, let us know, and keep throwing in your comments in the chat. We are here live on Instagram. We're here live on YouTube. From Rick and mine account. We're also here on LinkedIn and also Rick's Facebook. So comment, join us, and let us know your stories about this, because I think, as we've proven before, once we all get together to help change things, maybe we can get these leaders of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the rest that ban us with their algorithms to make some changes. So now, this cover of yours, and hearing Tim talk, I'm sure I know he's a character to work with. How did this? Who inspired who? How did this?
Okay, so yeah, Tim. I know Tim through a mutual friend, Cody. I believe introduced me to Tim. Was a great guy, and when I mentioned my book and the cover, he said, "Oh, I want to help you with the cover," and he loved the idea of the story and all that. And so I sent him, like I said, all I sent him was a picture of me behind the bars, which Carlos Romani, my partner, took the picture for me out here. And then, like I say, he found the background of the other people in the orange suits and put them behind me. He put the shush your mouth, tape over my mouth, and he put the fork. I initially had the fork like this, and I had a really menacing face. And a couple of people said, it's too menacing. You want to lighten it up a little. So Tim was actually he turned the fork upside down, like with AI, I guess, because and so he might tell you more about that. So he just did a great job, and then he did the help with the back of the cover. I just sent him a picture for the author thing, and he did all the I wrote in what I wanted, and he formatted it and all that. So he did an amazing job. So if anyone needs someone to do a book cover or other designing things, Tim Haggerty Designs, and I see him there. Yeah.
Welcome, Tim. So did you get real live people like to pose in their suits, or did you just go into jail and take that picture for background?
No. What I did was I did it the easy way and the kind of the cheap way. Is I went and picked up some background art that was already produced and of the people, the cartoon people behind Rick. Quick story. Cody. I've sat down next to Cody flying first class to LA, and for some crazy reason, long story short, I felt like I knew this guy. Well, as a matter of fact, I did know the guy from basically a previous earlier life. He worked for a hair salon in Northwest Arkansas. I found this out later after his book, and then he introduced me to Mr. Rick, and I got to meet Mr. Rick, and both Cody and Mr. Rick convinced me to write my own book. So I'm in the process of doing that now. But Rick's book, and Rick, sincerely, this is a great book. This is a really fun book. Not as it's a fun read, but also because I was back in New York in the 80s, and I think you served me a few canapes. Anyway,
we did.
Well, when I found out, when I got in touch with Rick, and I found out that he was writing this book, after buying and reading this book, I thought I want to help this guy with his cover, because that's what I do. I'm marketing, been in marketing, photography, advertising all my life. I know marketing and advertising. What I don't know is what Rick knows, and that's how to produce 3 books that he's done 3 books and all the other talents that he has and has produced. But
this is why you're my first
when
guest.
I saw this read, I thought, okay, I need to help this guy with his book cover, because this book cover does not want me to look at it. It's not designed for anybody to look at it. Sorry, Rick, but that's how. Oh, thank you. That's how I reached out to Rick, and I wanted to help him out with his book cover. Plus, it gave me a great opportunity. Plus, it's a very timely book that Rick has produced, because in the conferences and meetings online, Rick and I have never met.
Non-personal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, this is the most probably extensive conversation we've had. So Rick and I have never met, but this, we communicated through Facebook, which got me banned. My conversation through, what is it, Messenger? Got me banned for 46 hours because we were discussing the book and the cover. All of a sudden, boom, you can no longer send messages on Facebook for like 3 days. So yeah, with the production of the cover of the book, I was actually banned. I have to show this. This is my shirt, Rick. It's got the 37 number on it. That's,
oh, my age.
No, this was Cool Hand Luke. This was one of the shirts in Cool Hand Luke. That was his number.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 37. I don't know if it was ever worn by him, but that's my prison shirt that I normally like to wear when I.
Oh, he took it to the chain gang. He took it
Yeah.
out.
Thanks so much. Yeah, and again, thank you so much for a great book cover. I appreciate it so much. You don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah. We I had a lot of fun with it. It was a learning experience in the world of self-publication that you've done 3 times.
The first one I got a publisher. Actually, Rainbow Relatives was Skyhorse Publishing. So I got a literary agent and a publisher. And then
who designed that book cover?
They did that. Skyhorse Publishing. Yeah.
Okay. And this one, who did this one?
I did. Carlos took the picture again, and then honestly, wait. Then someone on Fiverr. No, I take that back.
This is a super book, man. I love reading this book.
Yeah, catering sucked the life right out of me, and then Facebook sucked the rest of me out of me.
Well, it's a very timely book. The Facebook, and we had this conversation. Fork Social Media. We had this conversation, just wondering, is there going to be any kind of retaliation from Facebook?
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't call it Fork Facebook, which I really wanted to do at the beginning. But,
I know.
Or actually use the other word. But, yeah, so I was careful with that. And all the stories are true from people, so there shouldn't be any issues.
Okay.
But if there are, if there's any attorneys watching, no, okay. Because I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the real jail. I don't want to go to real jail. You know.
You're right. Well, I had a great time. Helping you with this thing, and I appreciate the help you're giving me with my book coming out. That's coming along swimmingly. It's my book. Okay, Is that okay? My upcoming book. It's Rick told me I have to have a running theme, and my running theme is how I flip the script when people try to screw me over in life. How I flip the script on them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of a running theme. I mean, my old ad agency that I worked for back in the 80s, long story short, bad attitude, lack of respect, and failure to obey authority. You know the story. They fired me, and a year later, I stole the second largest client, Sand Club, and they made me rich. So flipping the script.
Wow.
Flipping the script the book is called Flipping the Script and How I Left a Dead Hook in New Orleans. Now she wasn't dead, but she was dead drunk, and
you
she
can't
wasn't.
use the word hooker on Facebook. Just so you know.
Here we go.
Someone told me, oh, he's going to tell me later about. Yeah, well, I didn't say anything. But not our next guest, but I think one down the line, which we probably should get to the next guest soon. But
yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Tim, stick
so thanks,
around.
Rick.
Why don't we have we're going to add some more to our round table. Who is
Patrick in? He was trying to chime in from his phone from an event, but is he in there yet? Or not?
No, he's not in here yet.
Michael Vega's not.
No, we should go to our wonderful writers.
Blake Allwood will bring in then.
Okay, well, you were going to read. You had something that you were going to.
So for Blake, Allwood's story is in here too. He's an author also. So I'll read that real quick, and then we'll bring him on. So what chapter is he in? He is in, Porn to be Wild, Objectionable Material. Okay, and it's Blake Allwood, Hosta la Vista. Blake is the author of several gay romance novels, including Another Chance, Romantic Rescue, and A Long Way Home. Blake belongs to a gay gardeners group and enjoys looking at people's pictures of their gardens. Because he has been a gardener, he's often able to help diagnose issues. One summer, a man posted an image of his hostas, an Eastern Asian plant cultivated in the West for its shade-tolerant foliage and loose clusters of tubular, mauve, or white flowers. He said he thought they had a fungus infection. Of course, the moment Blake saw them, he knew it was sunburn. Hostas don't do well in the sun. So he posted a comment that included a link to pictures of hostas that did have fungus and said, see, this isn't what you've got. You're dealing with sunburn. Then he posted another link with pictures of sunburned hostas. Within seconds, Blake got a notification that his link had been tagged for pornography. What? Pornography? Hostas are porn? He immediately challenged the decision. And 3 seconds later, the bots got back to him saying, nope, the link to the hostas was indeed porn. He tried to fight it, but of course, there were no people to complain to, so he was stuck for weeks in Facebook jail. Unable to promote his books, unable to communicate with his groups, all because the bots think plants are porn. And with that, here's Blake.
Welcome.
And let me
Blake.
start by let me sing a little ditty. I like big leaves and I cannot lie.
The host has got that.
So seriously, I write very explicit scenes in my book. So there are reasons to ban me. Hostas is not it.
I've read his books. Yes, they're very good, but very what's the word? Very
not all of them. I have a whole series that doesn't, but certainly there are many reasons to ban me. But that one certainly was not the one to ban me over. My hostas.
Yeah, we were joking that I'm going to write a screenplay called "The Best Little Hostess in Texas" or something, or I don't know.
And Dolly Parton's going to star in it.
Dolly Parton, yes. Well, no, the Dolly Parton impersonator who got banned on Facebook will star.
Yes, I like that even better.
You know, Blake, it's AI, right? These are AI things that are supposedly. You would think that it would look up the word in Google before it made a choice.
It was a Google link. The link that I put up was Google Images of hostas because,
I'm saying hostess.
you
It's
know,
hostas. I'm pronouncing it wrong.
well, that was kind of funny too. So I was going to let you
Yeah.
do it.
English is my 27th language. So, Blake, I was mentioning he's used the word hooker before, and I'm saying you can't use the word hooker on Facebook. You'll get banned or restricted. Tell
We're
me,
on Instagram. You keep saying that word. They're going to ban us here.
right? But no, it's not. We can on Facebook. You just can't say it. But didn't you have an author? You said that you knew that his last name. Tell us about that briefly.
So briefly. So we do takeovers in our group. So that just is an opportunity for a bunch of authors to come in your group and share their stuff. So it's not just you. There's no way you can write enough books for everybody. So you share with your friends. That's how Rick and I know each other. So I had this takeover, and Shane Morton, which is this absolutely sweet, much sweeter than I'll ever be. I mean, it's just a nice guy. And he's in there, and he said, well, John Hooker is writing these books, and he was banned like that. I mean, it just took seconds
It was a real
for
author
them to
named John
shut
Hooker.
him completely down. So he's in the middle of this takeover. He's got like 5 or 6 more posts to put up. People are there waiting and listening and participating in this event on our Facebook group. But he got banned because he mentioned that this guy's name was John Hooker. And the funny thing is about that is that Shane might actually call you a hooker. He calls me that quite frequently, actually. So, but in this situation, he had just called this guy his name, John Hooker. That's his name. But yeah, you can't say that on Facebook.
Isn't there a blues artist like John Lee Hooker as well? So I can't celebrate his music at all ever then.
Not if you want to stay on Facebook, clearly.
I mean, the algorithm literally takes any single word that might be have another meaning. If you say we're going to shoot the breeze, it'll take the word shoot and boom, you're banned. You say to an actor, break a leg, boom, you're banned for promoting violence. I mean, it's out of control. Yeah.
Now, before we leave the subject, I do want to show everybody what a hosta actually looks like so they can know we're not talking anything bad. This is what it is.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Show me them leads.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I can't throw those.
Perverted.
Okay, so anybody that is getting titillated out there by plants, I'm hoping you take care of your green thumb.
I'm sorry, but those hostas were showing way too much cleavage. I mean, come on.
They're asking for it.
The deer out here in the woods love them.
I never knew what one was, so thank you and maybe other people didn't. So thank you for sharing that story with me. And you actually, Blake really helped me a lot with the book, by the way. And thank you. I think he's the one that told me I'd look too menacing on the cover, and made some suggestions that we did, and it made the cover much better. So thank you. And he also is later in the book.
Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, he's also later in the book with some more thoughts. Almost a whole page I gave him because he has some good thoughts about the whole Facebook thing, which we won't get into here because we got to leave them to read some stuff when they get the book.
We did have Patrick join us as well. You were asking about Patrick earlier.
Oh, nice. Okay, yes.
He has joined us. He is actually right here with us now.
There he is. Okay. Hi, Patrick.
Patrick, not Patrick.
Patrick.
Everyone says it wrong, but that's okay.
Oh, that's why you spell it like that. See, I've known you forever, and I knew you spelled. I always spell it right, but I think I've been pronouncing it wrong. So you can call me Sudi instead of Sudi if you want.
No problem.
But sorry, Patrick. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Patrick. Yep.
Patrick. Okay, which explains why you sound. But thank you for joining us. I know you had a lot of stuff going on, and you're in from there. So don't worry, there's not going to be a quiz of what you've missed so far. But what I'm going to do, since you're on, I'm going to read like a paragraph from what you gave me. He has 2 stories in my book. It's going to just going to take 30 seconds to read that, and then we'll chat a minute. Let me see if I can find you. But thank you for joining us. I know it's hard on us.
I'm at the Directors Guild at an Emmys event.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, you stepped out? Okay, so I'll try to read this fast.
Oh, good.
Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is in the chapter. Violence. Facebook can shove the algorithm up its butt. Okay, and this is Patrick Simpson, Dressed to Kill. Dressed to Kill. Patrick is the producer of the show Gown and Out in Beverly Hills, along with his husband, Paula, too, who is a celebrity fashion designer, Haute Couture. Am I saying that right? I don't know.
Haute Couture, yes.
There we go. In Beverly Hills. The two also do a podcast called Undressed with Paul and Patrick. I should be on that show. I'm undressed all the time. Patrick has been in the Facebook Pokey twice. The first time was when Paul made a wedding gown for Sheena Shea from the Emmy-nominated reality show Vanderpump Rules. When she was in the boutique for one of her fittings, she posted a picture of her wearing the dress. Paul stood in front of her and Patrick was on the other side. They were blocking her so no one could see the dress. The pic went into Us Weekly, and Patrick posted the article saying, "We're excited. Paul is making Sheena's from the show Vanderpump Rules dress. I can't show you the dress. If I did, I'd have to kill you."
Yeah.
Boom. It was a joke, but they blocked the post, and he was put in Instagram jail. Instagram is also owned by the same company that owns Facebook and banned for 3 days. So that was one of his stories. Another one has to do with the Michael Jackson.
To me, that was insane because he is making the gown. Obviously, I'm not going to kill her. I'm just making a joke. You know, if I have to show you the dress, I have to kill you. It's a common phrase that everybody uses. So for them to then, just because they have the detection of the word kill, so they automatically and I found out afterwards, Rick, that they said I could have been banned permanently from Facebook for using the word kill. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I knew that either. But, and the thing is, you're right. And everyone knows that. People know that's the term. But the algorithm doesn't. The algorithm is stupid.
Basically, it's considered a threat. I was threatening to kill someone.
Right.
Are you serious? It's about a dress.
Right. So you can't say if you're doing a performance and I killed it last night, you're gonna get in trouble for that. Yeah, you can't even use. There's so many words you can't use that are
not. No.
Yeah, they told me that's right. So that book is mostly about people that they've been in Facebook jail and punished and restricted and banned.
Yes.
But most of the time, it wasn't even over a legitimate thing, and you can't get through to anyone to complain about it or to get it fixed. And that's one of the reasons I felt I had to write this book and just point out the absurdity, and hopefully they'll,
It's
as
crazy,
a living.
right? It's so crazy, the society we live in today, that is like the new normal, that algorithm is going to shut you down or keep you, from saying something funny. Like it wasn't even a bad thing.
Yeah. And
I
if
feel
they
like
shut
that's
you
a
down,
new
go ahead. Sorry.
Gloria Estefan song. Algorithm is gonna get you. Algorithm is gonna get you.
They'll shut it down.
We should go to that. Oh, that's good. All right.
And AI.
Rick, wasn't the other time that I was put in Facebook jail when we used the Michael Jackson song at the Jackson estate? And
yes, that you had permission, and you had permission, right? Yeah, and they said you were infringing on copyright things. And it's in the book. I have to go back and look, but I think you did. Oh, did it ever get resolved or not? Like that, you were allowed to use it, or they didn't really? I think they let you.
No, they removed it, and then I had to file a submission saying, well, wait a minute, it's a Michael Jackson song. I'm at the Michael Jackson estate for the party for Michael Jackson, and they gave me permission. They're the ones that posted the video, and I just reposted it, actually, and then they shut me down, and so they said, oh, well, it's copyright infringement. I'm like, the estate is the one that told me to redo it, which is really crazy to me, and so I had to file an appeal, and they removed it, and then they put it back up, and then I filed twice. I've had to do the appeals because they've removed it twice.
And it's not like you were making any money off of it. It's not like you were charging for an event or anything for it either. So how could they prove you were actually infringing on that aspect?
100%. It's crazy.
I am robot. You are guilty. I am robot. You are guilty.
Well, then the side thing of that is that they take it down, and then they, a week, 2-3 weeks later, if you're lucky, and they put it back up, the moment's over. I mean, don't put it back at this point. What's the point? Because, Facebook happens so quickly. So no, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I think our whole life is becoming an algorithm now.
And it's going to get you. We've got one wonderful last guest who's been patiently waiting for us. And I'm going to bring him in so we look like the Brady Bunch now without Alice.
Patrick, if you can stay, you're welcome to if you have to go, but you can all stay and enjoy the rest of the show.
I'll stay for a couple of minutes. Is that all right?
Okay. All right. Yep.
Let me just add one thing about the book cover, and that is I posted that book cover, Rick, on my Facebook business page, and I was immediately contacted, and I was told we're going to take your Facebook page down because it went against our what did you call it?
Community
standards.
Yeah. Well, I'm still up. Apparently, I'm still up, but
it's probably because of the
it's
because of the fork on the cover. It's a very dangerous weapon, you know.
Exactly. Mr. Peter. Yes, sir. I just had to interject that. Hi.
Peter Lancelotti, right? We're bringing up next?
Yes, I am here.
Peter is in with us. He is.
Nice.
He can't really see us, but we can see.
Oh, I know. I can. I figured that out.
Yeah, yay. Wonderful.
Yeah, I've been watching all of you. Now I'm going to play Greg from the Brady Bunch. I'm probably the oldest one here.
And now I got to find your story. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Hold on.
While you're finding that story, let me just say, Rick, I'm so glad you did this book because everybody is thinking what you finally put into writing and shared everybody's stories with. And I think it's great.
So timely.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's here. Hold on.
It's about an accidental porn.
Yeah. Oh, so it would be, the porn to be wild. Oh yeah, it's on the, here it is. It's actually right next to, it's actually next to Blake. Oh, it's
that's who I was going to relate to, Blake.
Hasta la vista. Yeah, it's next to that one, right? It comes right after his story in the same porn chapter. Okay, so it's called One Wrong Click. Peter is the author of Alive and After Dying and Her Immortal Menagerie. He has been kicked off Facebook 4 times. The first was for using humorous sarcasm, which the bots considered argumentative. The ban was for a day. The second time was for another infraction of simple humor. However, this time the ban was for a week. The third time was his fault. He said he was in a writer's group and they were sharing a few pages of their stories. He's not into porn. However, a few days prior, he was watching a show called Supernatural, and he thought Jared Padalecki, who is on the show, was adorable. On a whim, he Googled nude photos of Jared and was shocked it came up with several, including some of him with a full erection. Peter says he stupidly downloaded them, but it didn't check his clipboard. So the writers group said it was his turn to upload his pages. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. As the most provocative photo of Jared slowly entered the screen. He tried stopping it, and just as it finished, he deleted it, but he immediately received a bot message saying he was banned for a month. The other writers were waiting for his pages, and he had a private message all of them, which of course made him the laugh of the evening. So that was one of the cases where, okay, it was in some ways earned, but he tried to delete like immediately, right, Peter? And it had already...
1/100th of a second. 1/100th of a second.
If only we could call 911 that fast and someone came that quickly when there was some kind of emergency. No, these Facebook police fuzz are right there, even, you know. But, you know, so it was an unintentional thing. But see, that's the type of stuff that, okay, if they're looking out for real porn and or real violence or real whatever, that their intention, I guess, is good. It's just the way they do it, though, is just not working. Like, and they need real people to deal with it, not an AI or not somebody. Yeah. So, because Peter, I remember you said you literally just finished typing it and tried to take it down, and it's just... I
did.
Yeah.
In fact, I got to say, your book is so timely. On a daily basis, community standards continuously change. Just the other day, I had gained like a bunch of new followers. I just came out with the part 2 of my sci-fi trilogy, and I wanted to just look at my own followers. It told me I was scrolling down too fast and that I could not use that function for 3 hours based on community standards. I'm like, who am I bothering? Me? I'm looking at my own followers. And it stopped me for 3 hours. I thought, okay, weird. They asked me if I wanted to complain about it. To who? Bots? I mean, what are they going to do? Nothing. Yeah. So I just, you know, I said, all right, fine. I just won't look at them for 3 hours. But, you know, people who don't believe AI is already running the world, like Skynet from the movie The Terminator. Oh, it is. It's not going to attack us militarily. It's going to attack us. Is there one business anyone can call and not get automated messaging? You have to talk with them for 5 minutes. Now, by the end of that, I don't have high blood pressure, but by the end of it, I do. And I might have to ask my doctor, unless, of course, I die right there on the floor trying to get a person on the phone. That's how they're going to kill us.
Right.
They will ban you for dying.
I know.
You can't do that on Facebook.
Blake, I agree.
preach.
Everything you said, I agree with Blake. Oh my God. I was listening to you and I'm like, we're like brothers from different parents.
We should hook. We should get together.
I'm in California.
Because I don't want to be banned.
I agree. I was listening to everything, and all of us are.
Maybe
Maybe
Twitter.
We think so
We'll go
much
to
alike.
X.
We
All
don't
of us.
need
Yeah.
to
All of us
be
are
so that we
Facebook's
here
most
because
wanted.
we are two
That's right. Oh, you know what? I just took a picture of this, and it's going to say
like-minded.
Facebook's most wanted. Yeah.
That's what we are. We are Facebook's most wanted, and I'm sure there are many other people who had not been, on the show. Rick, I got to tell you, this book is absolutely timely and amazing. Well
I'm
done.
glad you like it. Yeah, I mean,
And the
technically,
cover is fantastic.
well, that's thanks to Tim. Yeah.
Thank you,
At
Tim.
Hegarty Designs. Yeah. He did a great job. I guess Patrick, they must have arrested because he's gone. No, he had to go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he was at an Emmy event.
Man.
directing-
He's off
I saw him for a moment, and he was running.
he's
I
off the
assumed
most
maybe-
wanted list, but he's now in prison. Yeah. But it's funny. So a lot of people don't even know what Facebook jail is yet, but a lot of people do, like thousands and thousands.
They
I
will.
did not know.
Yeah.
Found
And-
out.
Is
I
how
found
does
out
is
was-
there anyone out there that has not been banned yet? I would be very
Very
surprised.
fair. And you know what? I say this in the book. I never even went to like the principal's office. I never even got in trouble that way. But I've been
Oh, I
banned like
did.
4 times on Facebook for
Well, Rick, you read my memoir, so you know what a bad boy I've been. I mean, past tense. I'm a much nicer person now,
I'm not.
or well behaved, I should say. Unless, of course,
I'm
I meet with
older
Blake, then I'm
and
sure
tired.
Blake will convince me to go back to my old
that's gonna
ways.
be, yeah, that's gonna be like
You really
not
should.
Bonnie and Clyde. No, that doesn't quite work. Anyway,
Clyde
So
and
we're
Clyde.
really dealing with things that are coming up that are topicals of the world are really hitting us in our businesses, which is AI and algorithms, which are things that are not thinking beings. And did anybody not see the Terminator 1, 2, or 3?
I'm writing Terminator 4 now. The script for that.
I got another one for you. This happened when I released the second book of the trilogy. All of a sudden, I was being approached by these 20 to 25-year-old Asian women who said, Facebook thinks we should be friends. Facebook doesn't think, okay? And what would a 62-year-old gay man want with a 20 to 25-year-old Asian woman? A, they've got small, okay, I can't say that. Those. And I'm like, I'm going to get banned now for sure.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's interesting. Why?
So just being on
demographic.
this, so Leo, thank you for letting Rick do this, because now I'm going to be banned and I'm going to be the poorest author on the planet. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm so happy.
I got an extra room. Like,
Thank you. Thank you.
Leo, did Michael Vega ever join us on the
No, Michael Vega must have had a hard shift last
Because
night.
Michael's
at the,
smart.
Well,
He's like, I need
guess
to
he
make
was-
money on
maybe
Facebook.
he's really in
I
jail,
cannot
too.
afford to be on there.
No, he has an okay excuse. He had to bartend till 4 a.m, but still, it's like
Bless his heart.
But he'll never work in this town again. I'm not
Banned.
including him in my next
Banned.
book.
Caratas jail.
But he does have it is a kind of a
Good.
cute story in the book. But
Tell us a story. You can still tell
should
us
I read
a
his
little
story
bit of the
even though it's
story.
not here? All right.
Yeah. Or you can
Yeah.
just tell us. You don't have to go verbatim.
I feel like I hyped it up too much, and now I'm trying to remember. Oh, it had to do with maybe it wasn't that good. Let me see. Hold on.
You put it in
Yeah,
your
well,
book.
it was all good. It was
I
all
won't
good.
read it. I just want to see what it was. Hold on. It's funny how you write
Adrian's
something.
watching. Hi, Adrian.
Oh, Adrian. Yeah.
I love Adrian. Hi, Adrian.
Adrian Christian. Yeah. He's a great singer.
Adrian Christian, that's how you and I met, Rick, through Adrian, the
That's
musician.
You're right. It's a small world after all.
Oh, don't. No, stop.
No, we're gonna get banned again.
I'll
don't
ban
own the
you.
rights.
You're banned.
Oh, here. Yeah. Okay. So he basically, I think he said men are pigs. That's a big one. Facebook doesn't like the word pig, or you can't say someone's pig. Now, what's funny is he was banned because that's
Although
hate
they
speech.
are.
It's listed
It's
as hate.
true.
I want to say
So
hate
truth
speech.
is being banned as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But what's funny is it doesn't necessarily disagree that men are pigs. It just says you can't say it. Like that's what's so funny. It's not.
I was going to
It's
say
not.
we are, though.
It's not saying it's false information, which they do. That's one of the community standards, also. So it could very well be men are pigs, but you just can't say it. I think.
Well, that's fair. Instead of saying if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Right.
Or come sit by me, said Clary, and steal magnolias.
Absolutely, yes. We're going to be best friends, bud. We
I can
are.
see it now, Blake. Friend me on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely. Well, neither one of us are going to be on Facebook, but
Oh, that's
maybe
true.
Ed.
We'll be banned for
We'll go to
well
Ed.
in a month. In a month.
in a month.
And not just Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook, Instagram. I guess those are the two.
Now,
I was
how come
once
don't get
banned.
banned on Instagram. We don't get banned on Instagram.
I did once. I said something about, I go, Sarah Huckabee speaks with forked tongue and she can go fork herself. And I was promoting suicide. So they said.
Oh
Well,
my
no,
God.
I mean, but you can also get hacked into and your account hacked in Instagram, which
Yes.
a lot of people have had trouble with. And who, again, you have to go through this another AI kind of thing where you have to submit and submit and submit your face and photos and take the picture, right? How Rick and I met was through the show that I
Yes.
work with, What's the Story with Maria, and the account for Instagram got banned for 6 months. I myself had a personal 3 months, and you again taking the picture, sending it in until somebody, they say, who's looking at it actually says, "Oh, that's not the same as that person." Is it a
Whoever
robot?
they
Is it-
are.
Yeah, whoever they are.
Also, I have, several pages. So they don't just ban the one page, they ban all your pages. So I belong to NSAI. I'm a coordinator, National Songwriters Association, Inc. So that when they banned me for 30 days on my regular page, I couldn't even post when our next songwriting workshop was coming up that month. I could, or any of that kind of stuff, because I've been banned on everything. So I had to have someone try to go in and just comment and let people know, but
If you
Well,
say the F word, if you say the F word, even if I go F asterisk K, I will still get banned. One day I posted this meme that said F these 6 fish in particular, which was 6 bolts of lightning hitting the ocean. All I said was, and the Lord spake. And there's the meme. It let me get away with that. And it actually spells out the F word. But if I spell it out in typing, I'm banned.
It would be wrong to leave this conversation without having a little bit of a serious conversation, and that is that people's livelihoods are at stake. And I was banned for a long time over those stupid hostas, and it was really bad because I make most of my sales on Facebook, especially at that time. I know I have a friend, her name is Leslie. She owns Gay Romance Reviews, and all of her business came from referrals through Facebook. Her page was completely taken down, and none of us know why. We cannot figure out how her.
And it's your
what she did
livelihood.
wrong.
It's your
There's
livelihood.
a whole chapter, I think, called The Electric Chair, or it's about where they took whole pages down. But they're also taking all your photos that you have on there that you don't have anywhere else, gone.
And then all of your contacts. See, that's the key. So most of I have a newsletter. I have people that I communicate with ongoing, but most of my contacts are on Facebook. And so when they rip that away from me, I'm stuck.
Download a CSV file. I did that.
Now,
Okay.
also,
I have done that.
there's also a chapter of people who put Facebook in jail, or they got rid of Facebook. They shut down their accounts because they were tired of Facebook. Actually, Stella Parton I had on there. She's a friend of mine, and she had taken it down. She's back on now because there are some good things, and her fans want her on there and all that. But so that's kind of people doing the opposite. They got rid of Facebook, at least for a while. Leo, do we have to do the question for the prize probably in a minute, right?
Yes, we do. It is about time to ask the questions for our readers, our listeners,
And
and
when it was
watchers.
on, I don't think we can.
If you've been following this conversation, Rick has a couple of questions, and Rick, you're going to let us know what's in the Karatas package.
Yeah. So again, it's a signed copy of the book, the new book, Fork Social Media and the Algorithm it wrote in on. A copy of my DVD, Walk a Mile in My Pradas, starring Tom Arnold, Dee Wallace, Mike Starr, and the limited edition People Peeps Pets Have Calendar 2024, which is really funny, with illustrations by Nelly, guitarist, in there. So it's those 3 things will be, whoever can answer. I'll ask both questions, I guess, and whoever answers, or should I just ask one and see if they can answer that one? If they don't, I'll ask the other one.
I say you should ask the one question. I think Luminoslu just asked, where shall we post our answers? Right in the group that you're posting right now. You can post your answers.
Yeah.
Either one, we will see both of them because I am linked into all of these. So
Yes.
everything that you're
whatever
watching right
platform
now
you're on.
all come through to me.
Okay, so here's the question. And if no one knows this answer, then I'll do the other question. But what are hostas?
Hostess?
No, it's hostas, right? I was saying hostess, but potato, you say hosta, I say hosta.
We're not gonna. I'm checking. I'm waiting to see. Are we gonna get banned?
That's a pretty simple question. I think if they listened to the whole thing, and if they didn't, they might just know what it is.
I've got two people that answered at 12:56. 12:56.
Oh, now I gotta send
the answer
two out
came in.
All right, then maybe I'll.
Luminoslo.
Who? Oh, that's Lupe. All right, nice.
And our friend both answered at 12:56.
Okay, then I guess they both will get.
Yay! Congratulations!
Or they have to share it. Oh, maybe I'll send to one. They have to share it. I'm kidding.
Bringing.
And if you had said sexy pornographic plants, you would have won.
Right.
Yeah.
So, are you sure one of them wasn't 12:56 and 30 seconds? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so actually, I have two of each of those.
And they're signed copies, which
signed copies, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, congratulations to both of them, and thank you for listening. And I'll see Lupe tomorrow. I can give.
Oh, and why will you see Lupe tomorrow on the spot? On the spot at what party?
Well, tomorrow I turn 29 years and 372 months old.
Again, yay!
No, not again. 372 months and 29 years adds up to.
I thought you said 237,000. Sorry.
No,
that's too much math, band.
But I'm still 38 years younger than Dick Van Dyke, so I got that going for me. But yeah, I'll see her tomorrow for that, so I can give them their signed copies.
You're older than Lord Godiris.
But they have to give good reviews. Although I don't know if you can. I think you have to buy them to give them reviews on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, but I don't know about that.
You
but
should
anyway,
not even say that.
I'm teasing. What's that?
You should not even say that. You will get banned from Amazon now.
That's right. Yeah. No.
How many things can we get banned for in one?
I know it's banned. You know, we're the boys in the band. All right. Anyway, anyone have any questions? I don't think anyone asked any questions online at all. They kind of chimed in with some, and thank you everyone for watching, and bearing with our silliness and craziness.
I hope this was recorded. I want to put this on my site.
It is recorded. So if everybody that's watching, except for Instagram, I'm not sure where the live.
No, I mean on my personal site.
Instagram. But you can share this from YouTube. You can share this because it will go. YouTube usually takes a couple of hours to render again and put it out, but it will live permanently on Rick's YouTube and my YouTube. And it will also live permanently on our Facebook and LinkedIn. So you can go to any of those sites afterwards and rewatch it. Share it to all your friends. Share it to anyone that's banned that needs some support. Send it to them. Share because, there's support groups out there for people like us.
Yeah.
And Blake, you and I have to talk.
We do, but not on Facebook. Again,
Blake,
I think you can get away with a lot more on X. We should probably go over there.
Or private messenger or something.
Well, Leo, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it for putting all this together. I am horrible with technology, so thank you for doing all this. And
well, we didn't want you to get banned trying to promote the book, so I'm glad that I was able to help. And thank you, Peter and Blake, Timothy, Patrick, who was in with us as well. Yeah. Thanks to
got arrested.
Not arrested. He's running for his life right now. Hopefully we don't get banned for this broadcast, but I want to thank everybody that tuned in on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube to watch this. Again, it goes for replay after we are done. And if you want to get the book, go to the links that are in all the descriptions here. The Apple link is there. The Barnes & Noble link is there. And because Amazon just came out this morning, we weren't able to get it to the notes. But go to Amazon, search for Fork Social Media, and the algorithm it wrote in on.
Thank you, Leo. And Rick, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to end broadcast, everybody. We hope you have a good day. And don't get banned And Tim, I'm glad you're standing out there. I'm glad you survived all those tornadoes.
Oh, yeah, my
Please
other book
keep
is,
safe.
thank you, Tim. Yeah, How Catering